Hello, today we will be going over how to use the Trimposer software, which is compatible with the PT Machines 8336 SCCM, the 9375 Supercut, and the 331 SCC. We will be going over the differences between how to access and program jobs on each machine, though it is very similar, but there are some slight changes to each one. So to begin, you will open your Trimposer software. You are only able to access the Trimposer software if you have the Trimposer key, which is a USB that is provided by Graphic Whizard with the purchase of a new compatible PT machine. And you will need the Trimposer software sent to you either by a trusted dealer technician or a Graphic Whizard technician. Trimposer is a Chinese software, so your computer will advise you of the risk of downloading the Trimposer software, but please note there is no issue with the Trimposer software. It is a completely safe software to download onto your computer. So to begin, we will go to our File drop-down menu and click System Setting. From here, you will see several options. For the 331 SCC, you would select this option. For the SCCM, you would select this option. For the 9375 Supercut, you will select this option. For this demonstration, I will begin by showing you how to use the 8336 option. So we will save. But do note that if you were to change over the machine you are setting up a job for, you would click it and then press save. This will cause Trimposer to auto reboot. Perfect. I will go back to using 8336 and you will see it will auto reboot again. Okay. So we will select now New Job from the File drop-down menu and then select Auto Mode. From here, you can choose which unit you would like to use. You can use either metric or imperial. For this example, we will be using inches. From here, there is your paper specifications. So you have your paper size, and there is a drop-down menu offered that will show some of the more popular dimensions that could be used, ranging from 8.5 to 11 standard printer paper, all the way up to 13 by 19 inches. For our example, we will be using 12 inches by 18 inches. From here, you can also see if we were just to put down user defined, you can input your own length and width of paper. You can input your quantity, but we typically use barcodes that the machine may read. So we will not be using a quantity value. And from here, you can input the width of your finished job's card size or the length. So for this first example, I will be inputting the value of a standard 24 up business card. So our width would be 3.5 and our length would be 2. Then you will press yes. Before that though, I do want to note that the thickness does not need to be inputted. There is a standard value of 0.008. We at Graphic Whizard do not recommend feeding paper over the thickness of 350 GSM through your slick cut creaser or supercut, but please reach out to a dealer technician or Graphic Whizard technician if you have any concerns. So to go back, our card size is 3.5 by 2. We are going to select yes. And Trimposer will have automatically created your job. And now we will run through the different settings you can, for lack of a better word, play with to make your job more particular to your needs. So first, you will input your job info. We always recommend giving your job a name for easy retrieval. We will get into this further at the end of the video, but for now, we will put 24 up business card. And from here, you can input your job number. For PT8336, the job number range is from 165 to 225. So we will put in what Trimposer automatically created for us, which is 214 as your job number. Sheet info, you will see your drop-down menu from earlier with all of our preset paper sizes. You have your length, your width. The reg mark position is controlled by the right and lead edge boxes. The barcode cannot be changed, but you can decide if you want it displayed or not. The barcode will contain your job's information. From here, we have the layout information. This is where you will see the width and length of your finished card with the job you wish to create. From here, when you click, you will have your side trim from the right edge and your lead trim from the lead edge highlighted on your job display. You can change the side trim and the lead trim, and if any values are inputted that Trimposer cannot process, it will either tell you so, or if you have any issues after inputting your side trim and lead trim, you can always exit out of Trimposer and restart. From here, you can adjust the amount of columns and rows created by Trimposer. So if you do not need the full page to be cut into 24 business cards, you may reduce the amount that way. From here, you will see your gutter slits and your gutter cut. Your gutter slit is the distance between the card's columns, and the gutter cut is the distance between the card's rows. From here, I will show you how to import an image. So you will begin with clicking the box you would like the image within, and then you will click your image you have imported. And Grid Insert will place one image in the highlighted box, or you may do a column insert, which will repeat the image throughout the columns, or you can do a page insert. From here, I will also show you how to change the job from displaying just one side of the paper to both sides of your sheet. And again, you can insert an image on the single side or the duplexed side, like so. And you can add as many images as you would like into the typesetting to change the image displayed on your sheet. From here, I will also show you bleed set. The bleed set represents how much the image will bleed outside of your job's parameter. Trimposer will auto-generate the bleed parameters, though this can be adjusted. Recommended values include anywhere from 0.07 to 0.10. You can see with the black line where the machine will cut off your image. Then we can go back and change it back to 0. So there is no bleed on your image. You can zoom in and out on Trimposer by using your mouse to scroll up or scroll down. And you can click and drag to maneuver around your sheet display. You can save your job from here, which we will get more into later. But for now, I want to create a new job so we can go over our crease, cross perf, and strike perf options. So I will go back into new job, auto mode, and your job will disappear if you have not saved it. This comes in handy if you make any big mistakes on your project and you just want to start from scratch again. Trimposer allows you to do that with ease. So back in auto mode, I will continue to use the 12 by 18 sheet size, but this time I will make my card size 5 by 7. And there you have it. The cross partial perf cannot be adjusted within Trimposer. You will need to manually adjust your machine to change this. But Trimposer is capable of programming your strike perfs. The linear partial perf portion of Trimposer represents your strike perf. The strike perf is an additional accessory that you can add onto your GWPT machine. To set up your position of your strike perf, click the box beside the title, and you will input your first value in the text box underneath position. The value inputted in the position text box is the placement of where the strike perf is placed from the right edge of your job's finish size. Your strike perf will cut down from the top of the lead edge. For example, on a 5x7 card, if you want a perf down the middle of your card, take the width value in inches and divide it by 2. So because the width of our card is 5, we will put the position as 2.5. Press enter. From here, you can tell Trimposer where to start and finish the strike perf. So you will highlight your position value, and under section in the start text box, you can either input 0, which would be the start of your card, or the middle of the card length, or wherever you would like. So for example, you would start at 0 and end at half the value of your length, which would be 3.5, and that would perf the top half of your card. Or you can go back and change the value. So you would highlight that value under section, and you can go start at, let's say, 3.5 and have it end at 7. So that would be the second half of your card. You can also have it start and stop. So say your start position is 0 and your end position is 2. You can have the perf start at the beginning of the card, have a gap, and then strike through the rest of the card. To erase a value, you would just put 0 and 0, and that will eliminate the value you had put in. If you want to change the position of your strike perf, but hold the values inputted in the section portion, just highlight the 1.25, and you can change, let's say, to 3.5. And it will carry the values inputted in section. If you have multiple strike perfs installed on your machine, you may set up multiple strike perfs through Trimposer as well. Trimposer will have limitations because it does account for the amount of space needed by the strike perf to perform the job. So we are able to put 1.5 as the first position and 3.5 as the second position. These strike perfs cannot be too close together, as your strike perfs will hit one another. So you must account for this if you are inputting a position that you desire for your job, but Trimposer has guardrails that will not allow you to do this. Just as I had shown before, you can set the section of your strike perf. So you can put 3.5 as the start and the end as 7 on both positions, like so. The crease modules represents whatever crease or cross perf die you have installed on your machine. Select the box beside module 1 to set the placement. When your position value is inputted within the crease module, it will be in relation to the lead edge of your card. So say we divide the length in half and say 3.5 and press enter. The green line represents the crease or cross perf you intend to put on your finished job. You are able to put more than one crease or cross perf value. So let's say you want it at 6 inches as well. One handy feature that Trimposer offers is the preset fold options. So click this on and you will be able to select different templates for creasing or folding. So you can do half, where your value is now reflected under crease modules. You can do a Z fold for brochures. Again, Trimposer will automatically input a calculation based off of the length of your card, so it will be easily divided for you. You can also do offset, double, letter, gate, and gate 2. You are able to change the values like so. Finally, we have the trim line set. This represents the dashes that show where your job will be cut with the machine. From here, you can adjust the length of these trim lines. As you can see, you can adjust the thickness for visibility, and you can change the margin. So that is how close the trim lines are to your job. Like so. Now, you will be able to save your job to Trimposer. We already have this job name saved, so keep that in mind when you are creating new jobs. Make sure you give each one a unique name and job number. When you save the job, you are only saving the template you have created. From here, you can add images or adjust as you see fit. Perfect. And this green diamond, if you are using PT8336 SCCM or the 9375 Supercut, and you have a computer cable attached from your device, whether it be computer or laptop, to your machine, you are able to directly send over the job you have, or rather the job template you have just created, to your machine. Another option available through Trimposer is to generate a PDF. This is very handy for when you want to print your job created through Trimposer directly onto a piece of cardstock. So using the print option and going through the drop-down menu, you are able to generate a PDF. This means that the job you created with an image imported can be directly saved to your device as a PDF, which allows you to transfer that PDF to Fiery Impose, which will provide ease when printing your job. So you can take the image, or rather job created with Trimposer, save it to your computer, and then also use Trimposer to take your template to your machine So once you have printed and are ready to cut your job, you have both the finished product at your machine as well as the cut parameters sent directly to your machine. And save just like that. Another feature I would like to highlight with Trimposer is something we mentioned earlier, which is retrieval of previous jobs created through Trimposer. To do this, you will click on this little file folder on the top left, and here you will see all of the jobs you have created through Trimposer. To open a previously created template, you just double click. And this will open any previously created templates. And from here, you can switch over with ease. And another way to open previously created templates, you click the File drop-down, select Open, and you can select your previous jobs from here. It is recommended to use a file folder for previous jobs with imported images. So rather you save your PDFs within a separate file so you keep enough room for different types of job templates within Trimposer. If you have any further questions about the Trimposer software, please reach out to your dealer or a GW technician. Thank you so much for your time and have a great day.